Hello, people of the internet. My name is Daniel, and we have Nick, who is in London.
Kind of.
and welcome to Talking Film, where we just talk about movie news the past 2 weeks, and there hasn't been really anything big that broke, except for something that Disney broke just 2 weeks ago. With a strange announcement, because usually they just say, "Oh, Frozen 2 is coming," but this time they went with Facebook Live. Even though I think Frozen 2 is more shocking compared to what they announced, because we knew it was going to be coming eventually. So we shall get started talking about that. So Wreck-It Ralph 2 has been announced by Walt Disney Animation Studios for March 9th,
You know,
2018.
shock announcement or whatever they said it was going to be.
As,
Which got
as,
me really hyped.
as soon as the Facebook Live stream started, I knew it was going to be Wreck-It Ralph just by the bricks in the background. I'm like, it's Wreck-It Ralph. And of course, when John C. Reilly came, I'm like, that's just confirming my expectation.
But anyway, well, yeah, no, well,
Oh, Nick,
yes.
I had to go back on our YouTube clips, and I think I've won our little bet that Wreck-It Ralph 2 was coming out before Frozen 2.
Oh no, did we have this bet? When did we have this bet?
We had this bet around, I think, either June or July of last year, when I said that when John C. Reilly was confirming that he was going to reprise his role as Ralph. So I won the bet.
Remembered that.
I did. But no, go ahead. What you're going to talk about?
Oh, I was just going to say that this is interesting. I'm going to be all boring and say this is interesting on a number of levels. On the first level, this is actually I'm really excited. Okay, we don't need to discuss how excited I am. We all know that I'm excited. Disney's been on a winning streak at the moment, and I have high expectations. What is interesting is the fact that it's a sequel. We all kind of knew it was coming, but I just like it's if Frozen 2 is coming as well, it's which it is eventually. We don't know when, but it's going to come eventually. If this is the beginning of them making sequels like Pixar, or is this just like a one-off kind of thing? Do you have the Pixar story in our news lineup, by the way? Because otherwise, I could bring it in here. This would be.
Yeah, that's the next one.
We'll bring that up when. So anyway, so this Wreck-It Ralph, I quite like the first one. It's not my favorite Disney movie, but it's probably my top 5. And so, probably. Well, I don't know which one I'm looking forward to more. Frozen? No, I think Wreck-It Ralph lends itself to a sequel more than Frozen. So I think that Wreck-It Ralph 2 is. It's good that they're doing that one first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this one is all about going from the arcade and now into the internet, where they'll be wrecking the internet.
Let me. Hang on, wait. No, I got nothing. Wrecking the internet. Bookmark.
I don't. Okay.
I have a pen. No, that won't work. I need more props.
But yeah, Ralph and Vanellope are going to be wrecking the internet now. Which is, when I heard that this movie was in development, like I heard that they were going to do the console gaming thing. Are they still doing this for the internet? Because we all know like gaming consoles these days a rabbit, really.
As good as I got.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming gaming is still going to be a part of this. I'm hoping, because that's all about the first Wreck-It Ralph. So I hope so. It's just that concept art they released sort of gets me a little bit nervous of where they're heading. It's just going to be Ralph and Vanellope just going on the internet, like websites like Google or YouTube or Snapchat. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
it could go.
but I mean
Well,
that could just be one aspect they're focusing on. Like that could just
because
I don't know.
one of the things that I loved so much about Wreck-It Ralph was that it had so many different gaming worlds inside that arcade, and one of the reasons I wanted a sequel was because it had because I wanted to see more of those worlds, and the fact that they're going to the internet kind of was it's a little disappointing from that perspective, but it's also interesting because it could be more original, like it could be something a bit different.
Yeah, just no memes. We don't need any Wreck-It Ralph memes in this sequel.
No, come on, Disney, that you're better than that. You're better than that.
Um, yeah, I don't know what else to add really, except I'm obviously super excited for Wreck-It
Well,
Ralph.
and also there's also the change of release date of Gigantic
Oh
that
yeah,
came with it.
yeah,
I think I've come up with a new theory since we last spoke about this. I think they just moved it because they don't want to do what Pixar's doing and have 4 sequels in a row. So I think what they moved it so that they don't have 2 sequels next to each other. That's all. I think that's the only reason.
maybe, but
That's the main reason.
I think out of the whole announcement, the thing that probably shocked me the most not wasn't the fact that the sequel of Wreck-It Ralph is coming. It was the release date, March 9th, 2018. Because I always thought I was going to get that November date of 2018. It's sooner than later than I thought it was going to be coming. Especially now I think about it, just nearly a year away, we're probably going to get the first trailer to this movie. And they're still, from what I've heard from interviews with Rich Moore, they're still storyboarding this film. So I don't know how they're going to get
Yeah,
this
that's a bit
movie
weird.
made in time.
Hmm. Well, yeah. Well, it could be a number of explanations, but it could still get pushed back. We don't know.
Yeah, it could.
That's just
But
yeah.
but I doubt they would push it back though. Like it's I don't know. It's still like a year and a half, basically, nearly still 2 years still off. I doubt
Yeah.
Disney would obviously we would know the work schedule to work a release date around this project. So I don't know, unless they're having more people working on this movie to get this movie out faster. I have no idea. Just hope it's not rushed. But I would. It would kill me if this movie was very like disappointing. So I really, really hope that this movie is going to be awesome. I want
All right.
that. I want a Toy Story level sequel from Disney Animation. We haven't got one for them, so
Well, because they've only got like one.
yeah, basically, pretty much. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to we're going to get 4 original Pixar films after The Incredibles 2. And we're going to get 2 original films for March and June 2020. That's basically now been confirmed. And then there are 2 more, but we don't know if they're going to be released afterwards. There could be another sequel in between those other 2 later on. So, but 2 for 2020 for sure. What do you think of that?
Well, basically, all that means is they've got 4 original films in development at the same time. So, like, they probably 2 of them are in very, very early stages. 2 of them are in early production, storyboarding and stuff.
Yeah, I would
And
say the 2 for 2020 is probably already nearly in production, like storyboarding wise, and that. And the other 2, he said that a hope like they're likely to be joining the schedule, but he's not quite confident yet. So they're probably really
yeah,
early in development of those other 2.
it's way too early to tell. So I think they've been a little bit premature to announce this. But I guess it's because Finding Dory came out. People are getting a little bit concerned. Why all the sequels? We've already had so many, and Dory's just the first of 4 in a row.
Oh,
That's
not
definitely
in a row. You forgot about Coco.
okay. Not quite in a row yet. There's Coco breaking them up. That's like a minor consolation. That's like missing out on the chocolate cake at a birthday party and getting the slice of the vanilla cake. Um, that was a bad metaphor, but we'll go with that. And so no, I do think that it's good. It is good. I'm excited that this is a thing. If it is true, and if it actually happens that we get 4 original movies in a row, that would be amazing. But it's also a good point to make that the last original movie was The Good Dinosaur, and that was not necessarily a great film. So and I mean, you didn't like Finding Dory as much as I did. I think Finding Dory's fine. Like it's probably the best film since, if we ignore Inside Out, it's the best film since Monsters University. So basically, it's better than The Good Dinosaur. So you just never know if a sequel is going to be. A sequel can be great. Cars 3 is going to be movie of the decade. So so it's just like, we don't know what these movies are. They could four sequels could be four original movies could be four bad original movies, and we'd be like, wow, why were we excited for this? But with Pixar, we have to be optimistic, and I think that this is a good sign that they know what they're doing. Anyway, especially if it's true.
Yeah, we need more original properties, especially if they want to do that whole every year and a half we're going to do sequels. They don't have much left in the. They don't have one yet.
I knew this would happen though, because they were using all their properties already. Like, they just, like, all the properties that could be sequels would be sequels, almost. Yeah, if there's ever going to be another sequel, like, the next sequel has to be.
Do you think they'll focus on Do you think they'll focus on original movies that maybe would lean their way to sort of maybe start a franchise? Maybe.
That would be good. I prefer that they started, if they wanted to start franchise, that they think the franchise out before they even release the first movie. But then they have to have the first one popular for it to be worth it. See, it's a balance. It's a bit hard to.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard to predict. Oh my gosh, we've got this great idea for a 7-movie story. It's a saga, and the first movie flops, and it's like, oh god, there goes 6 more of our release dates. Just bam, and yeah.
I wonder what these original films are going to be.
Well, it's Pixar, so we have no idea. Do a version of Luxo Jr. or that would be just.
I don't think they'll do their shorts. Their shorts are separate things.
Yeah, I know, but still, just imagine that whole movie of just Luxo Jr., a lamp that just likes squashing stuff. That doesn't talk. Anyway,
I don't know. All I've got in my head would be probably Mark Andrews probably has one movie, since he did win the Oscar for Brave. So Pixar's probably like, you've won the Oscar, let's push it, another movie from you. Pete Docter maybe could already be early in development on his next project. Maybe I don't know.
There was someone in the credits mentioned with the rest of the Pixar Brain Trust of Finding Dory. The credits of Finding Dory. A woman director, but I'm not sure. Like, nothing announced attached. Maybe she has something coming up. Maybe she's the first. If these movies are in development, it makes sense that the directors would already be on the Brain Trust. So
yeah, Dan Scanlon could also have one as well. We haven't heard of him
since Monsters Jr. in the Brain Trust, so he probably has one. But I don't really know how that works.
How does Pixar do all these movies now? They've got more, like, they've now, some years now they've got 2 movies in a year. How are they all doing this now? Because they're still in just the same building they've been since Monsters, Inc.
Honestly, I do not know. Like, it's crazy. Like, imagine the amount of people it would take just to work on these. The thing is, though, I think they're only animating, they'd have to be animating, 3 at a time, right?
Well, yeah, Cars 3 will probably still in the stages. Coco and Toy Story 4 seems like they're in animation-wise now, so.
That'd be an animating stage, yeah.
Yeah, and The Incredibles 2 is probably on its way now, storyboards-wise. So I've heard the script's basically completed.
I think storyboarding wouldn't take up as much space and manpower as animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it must be a lot more staff or something.
Even though we heard that when they're cutting staff after Good Dinosaur or something like that, we heard.
Well, if they're cutting staff, they'll have to cut the schedule back. That's the thing. That's what happened with DreamWorks. So.
Yep, and DreamWorks had a trailer for Trolls. It looks like Smurfs and Croods. Okay, moving on. Scarlett Johansson. I was gonna say that it's better than the teaser trailer. No one's twerking in it, so thank God for that. It looks a little better, but it sort of reminds me of Croods. It looks very colorful wise, and they look like they're going like on a little chase adventure movie like Croods. So it's got like that, but the trolls remind me of the Smurfs, like their animation character designs look like Smurfs. So
It's DreamWorks' Despicable Me.
I don't know. Despicable Me has quality, Nick. I don't know about Trolls yet. I'll wait to see the movie, but I'm gonna say it looks crude Smurfs is what I'm gonna call it. Trolls. But Scarlett Johansson is now the highest-grossing actress at the box office with $3.3 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on Black Widow. Yeah, I think most of these, thanks for Marvel.
I think so too. She's in nearly all of the more recent movies, isn't she? She was in like
Yeah.
3 movies.
Let's take a look at her highest grossing films. Most of them, yeah, are Marvel. We've got Captain America Civil War, 405 million. We got Winter Soldier, 259 million. We got the original Avengers, 623 million. We've got Iron Man 2, 312 million. We've got Avengers Age of Ultron, 459 million. The Jungle Book's also credited with 359 million in America. Lucy seems to be like the best non-Marvel film she's been in with 126 million.
Best on Disney. Because the Jungle Book's higher.
Yeah, Jungle Book's like over $300 million.
Yeah, she's made good out of her collaborations with Disney. It's interesting that actors like working with particular studios, but I guess it works. Big Disney, everybody.
Yeah, I sometimes hate when people say that, like, oh, Pacific Rim 2's coming and John Boyega's touched a star, and I bet you Disney's probably furious. I don't think Disney's furious at all. Actors don't have like a contract just for that one particular studio. They can branch out as much as they want, really.
Yeah.
Unless they've signed a contract like a first look deal, then that's a different story.
Yeah, that's probably the deal here. I'm not sure.
But all her films worldwide, 6 of them are Disney. And Lucy's the only other one that's made over $400 million.
It's the worst one.
It shocked me how well that movie did. $463 million, because her 8th highest grossing movie worldwide is The Horse Whisperer, which made $186 million. I've never heard of that movie until now.
I'm interested in seeing that movie, except I bet you it's not actually like I can talk to horses. It's more like I have a great affinity with horses and I can ride. Anyway,
yeah. So yeah, most of them it's thanks to Marvel and Disney for this achievement, but an achievement nonetheless. I think she's at number 10, I believe, and she's the only actress in the top 10. The rest of them are all actors. Some of them are Marvel stars, like Samuel L. Jackson and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's interesting though that even though that she's the highest grossing actress, it's like the highest grossing actors are like they gross way higher than her still. But that's a discussion for another day. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that, really.
Yeah, same here. Okay, now we're moving to just release date news. First off, we've got live action Minecraft, which is dated for May 24th, 2019. What do you think? Yeah, we'll group them all in. Tomb Raider reboot with Alicia Vikander as Lara Croft is dated for March 16th, 2018, and Pacific Rim 2 is back on the release schedule for February 23rd, 2018.
Oh, wow, that's a big deal. So let's go through them one by one. What's the first one?
Minecraft, live action Minecraft.
Minecraft. Okay, right.
The more I think about this, the more it to me thinks this should have been an animated movie like Lego Movie. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole idea behind Minecraft is it's all blocky. You could probably make movies like in Minecraft that could be a Minecraft movie. Like it's that kind of game where you can pretty much do whatever you want. It's hugely popular though, so it's a no-brainer that they make a movie about it. Hugely popular.
Which is why I think animation might be good, like the Lego Movie, where you got all these properties, you can do whatever you want with it, and Minecraft is basically the same area.
Tough act to follow the Lego Movie though. How are they going to make this not look like it's just obvious and a cash grab, especially live action?
Yeah, how are they going to do this live action? I do not understand how they're going to do this live action.
It's like he starts in a normal world and then he falls into his computer, and then he's in a world of.
I'm thinking like who could play Steve? Chris Evans as Steve, or I don't know.
I'm not sure about Chris Evans, but maybe Steve.
John Boyega. Let's just put him in everything.
Steve Carell. John Boyega. Steve Carell. Anyway, no, I think that this is get away, bunny, get away.
I can see you're tired, Nick.
I'm just playing with this bunny. Don't mind me. I'm an adult. So.
Yeah, Steve Carell, Steve. That's fucking perfect marketing.
And I really want Rock to be in it, as featuring as some kind of.
He can play a rock.
Oh gosh. Anyway, then the next movie next one again?
Tomb Raider, the reboot Tomb Raider with Alicia Vikander.
See, this I'm looking forward to because
same.
This could be really good, especially since the rebooted games are really serious, refreshingly serious, and take it seriously, and actually have great reviews. If they can make a video game movie that's actually really good, this might be it. Assassin's Creed has to be really bad for that to be the first video game movie that's really good, but still, I think there's a chance this could be really great.
Yeah,
especially with
it's pretty. Yeah, we got like the love couples for video games because Michael Fassbender's Assassin's Creed, and now we've got her for Tomb Raider. Yeah, I think this could be good. We need a reboot after the Angelina Jolie films that I haven't seen, but I know people don't really like them that much.
They're fun, but they're not masterpieces.
Okay.
They're really cheesy. So cheesy you could probably put them on pizza and they'd taste delicious.
But they've got a great actress, so I'm hoping this can deliver. And we've got Pacific Rim 2 with John Boyega.
Continuing. Pacific Rim 2. Oh my gosh, that is a great cast. I mean, that's just one person, but that amazing cast. Yeah, of course. Well, Pacific Rim 2. That goes without saying. I'm excited for that. Like, of course I am. Like, yeah.
Okay, that's what we're just gonna say. Yeah, we're excited. Yeah, that's about it. Moving on.
I'm just excited for that one. Yeah.
I'm sort of, I don't know. I really want a sequel, but I really want some of the original cast back. I really do.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that's true, but it's not like a cast that was particularly memorable. There's a couple of characters. I don't want to spoil anything from the ending, and
I just want
certain characters wouldn't
I
be
can't
able
think.
to come back.
I can't think of their names. I'm gonna quickly Google it. I can't think of their names, but I just want the two main characters back. Who spoiler
As long
alert.
as they come back. I don't really need Charlie Day to come back. He was funny, but he was just a comic relief character.
Yeah, but if I'm just gonna quickly Google it, the characters' names and actors' names. Like I haven't seen the movie for about a year now, 2 years. Yeah, Charlie Hunnam as Raj or Rai, I can't pronounce that name, and Mako.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like if one of them comes back, they have to come. The other one has to come back, just because they worked as a team. That's how they operate the
Unless it's set
Transformer robots.
in the future, in 10 years in the future, and one of them has died in battle.
Don't say that. That makes me sad. And then they got a whole Will Smith Independence Day thing.
Anyway.
Okay, moving on. We have a question by the Media Phoenix. Universal Studios has been trying to kickstart a monster cinematic universe with classic characters like the Mummy, Wolfman, and Frankenstein's monster. Many big-name actors have already signed up for parts. What are your thoughts? What other possible cinematic universes are there? So I think we'll tackle this two-part question by what are our thoughts about this whole Universal monster cinematic universe thing that they're signing up like Tom Cruise.
I like this question. It's a good question. So, first of all, this is a very early symptom of they've been planning this pretty much ever since the Avengers came out. So this is one of the earlier symptoms of the Avengers effect or whatever Hollywood was calling it. The thing is, unlike some of the other ones, it's still alive but has not got off the ground. So most of the other projects have either died, like Spider-Man, or have got off the ground. I mean, not great, like DC, obviously.
DC. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're off the ground, but they haven't gone so great. So this one, they still have a chance. They still have to make the first impression. And I think if they starting with the Mummy still, right?
I don't know. Weren't some of the other ones they were doing, like, wasn't like Dracula Untold or something going to be like the ones that were first going to start, but it faltered critically and box office wise?
Let's take it. Let's pretend the Mummy's the first one. I don't know what movie you're talking
about. Yeah, I think they've like sort of quietly say that movie just didn't happen. We're starting with the Mummy with Tom Cruise. I think that's the safe bet they're going to do.
Well, I think the Mummy, I quite like the original series of the Mummy movies, so I'm a bit like Brendan Fraser was great in those, especially the first one. That was a great movie. But the rebooting it is just yet another Hollywood reboot. I'm very interested to see that it doesn't flop. If it doesn't flop and it's a success, even better if it's a success critically. Like, where to next? Like, what's the next monster movie? Frankenstein? That's
yeah. I've just got an article from Cinema Blend about what movies that have already been announced, and yeah, Dracula Untold is supposed to be part of this, but I don't think Universal's really accepting it anymore. All they've got is the Mummy. I'm just loading up about the other ones. Dracula could be one. Apparently, Dracula is somewhat in development for Universal.
So there's a new Dracula.
New Dracula.
Right. So they really are just they were already thinking that first one would be a flop.
Basically. And yeah, and they've got the Wolfman and all that. So,
Wolfman, of course.
But the Mummy's the only one that's been out so far. So
kind of a monster movie universe without Frankenstein's monster. Like,
I think that'll happen. That's going to happen, surely.
Anyway, are you still there? Cool.
Yeah. What other possible cinematic universes do you think? I think we already sort of delved into that.
Other monsters or other cinematic universes? Like within this, are we still talking about this universe, or do you want?
I think just broadly. It sounds very broadly. Like what other possible cinematic universes are there? Like with the are there things like is there any more?
This is a question that we should have been asking 4 years ago.
Well,
Well,
yeah, we all know Marvel's the only one that's got it down packed at the moment.
yeah,
We
and
don't know
they
if Star Wars
really
is upcoming. We don't know about how they're going to do the spin-offs yet, so that's a wait and see scenario.
Star Wars is the model. I mean, Marvel is the model universe. Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's the model universe, so it's always going to always going to be compared to that. And
Hmm.
since no one seemed to emulate it yet, no one seemed to be able to do it yet. I just don't think it's ever going to be topped as far as the cinematic universe is. Even DC won't get to that same level because everybody's trying to rush out the gate and get to the big money straight away. Whereas Marvel did not get to the big money straight away. They earned it over the long run.
Hmm. Yep.
So as for other cinematic universes, I think a DreamWorks Illumination universe is in the
That's not gonna. That won't happen. Were you saying that is me now going to say there should be a Disney and Pixar one? So like an
Disney Pixar
Incredibles
cinematic.
Big Hero 6 crossover.
Oh, come on, one movie, just one big crossover movie. Everybody, gosh, Disney's tapping this. We shouldn't be talking about this.
DreamWorks Animations, Who Framed Roger Rabbit style. Even though that's sort of in the works for Nicktoons one. I don't know what else cinematic universes there are. I'm just thinking of franchises now. Transformers is one that they're doing as well. Um,
There was another one that they were.
oh,
But I heard another one.
Harry Potter? Does Harry Potter count? Or was that just like spin-offs? Don't really
just
count.
Harry Potter. It's spin-offs, they don't count.
I feel like eventually Harry Potter's going to get there. I feel like Warner Brothers is
Right,
just going to do that.
universe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one part of the one. Yeah, the universe. It's the Fantastic Beasts is going to be the prequel to the Harry Potter films, not in relation towards it, but it's
Not
in the
Harry
universe.
Potter. There is a Hasbro universe that they're thinking about.
Oh, are they?
Somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah, there's like a Hasbro.
It reminded me that there's a Hanna-Barbera one also in the works with Scooby-Doo and.
That's the other one. Yeah, that's the one I was originally thinking of. That I couldn't remember. But yeah, Scooby-Doo. Yeah, well, that kind of leans off to a universe, whereas
Does the Lego Movie count?
lends itself to a universe. The Lego Movie, yeah, I guess it counts.
Maybe. Okay, cool.
See, the fact that we don't know if it counts or not makes it really like that says a lot about what is a cinematic universe. Nobody really knows. It's just like it's like Marvel. That's the definition we have. Cinematic universe is like Marvel, yet all of these ones they're announcing are different from Marvel.
It's like it's either Marvel or DC. That's basically all we know.
It's just all different. It's just all spin-offs and a series franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Any future ones you want?
Oh no, I'm happy with Marvel. I could just be happy just with Marvel. The rest can just be normal franchises, you know. Marvel do their thing.
Okay. And I felt like we could finish the discussion with best and worst films of 2016 so far.
Well, my selection is quite small, I must admit. I've only seen about 5 or 6, maybe 7. I think I've seen about 7 films this year. So obviously, you've seen a lot more.
Yeah, last time I counted, I think it's like I'm up to 38 now or something.
Wow, like I didn't think you could top last year, and I was wrong.
I'm doing it. It's already halfway in the year. I'm already getting near 51.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so my favorite movie of the year that I've seen this year, gosh, it's hard. That's hard. I think Spotlight, out of all the ones I've seen this year, like that counts, right? Because it came out in Australia this year.
Yeah, that counts for us.
Yeah, I would say that Spotlight would be my favorite, but that's an obvious choice because it won the Best Picture. So other than that, like my favorite blockbuster so far has easily by far been Captain America: Civil War. Like that was an amazing movie. We won't talk much about my least favorite movie of the year so far.
It's basically all by itself.
Batman v Superman, and that's my least favorite, and we'll leave it at that. Because I almost forgot I saw that, and I did see that.
Yeah, we all saw it. Are you going to see the extended edition movie?
No, probably not.
Um,
I've lost too many minutes of my life on Pixar already. I don't want to lose any more.
well, you know what? I'm not going to see it either. But you know what? Warner is going to have some trouble. Are they going to, like, is the extended edition movie part of the universe? Are they going to reference it in the future? And me and you, we're going to be like, what the hell are they talking about even more? Getting even more confused with this universe. Like, what's going to happen with this?
I would love if that happened. I would have so much fun writing reviews.
Okay, but going back to the question, best movie of 2016 for me is obviously another Oscar contender, Room. Sadly didn't win Best Picture, but I feel like it should. But then again, it has in Spotlight. But other films that are my favorite this year would have to be The Nice Guys. 10 Cloverfield Lane was one that I really loved. Zootopia is another one. Captain America Civil
Zootopia was
War.
close for me too. Zootopia, Captain America Civil War.
And The Conjuring 2. They're the only films that I'm like, yeah, I really like all of those films.
Gosh, so many of those I haven't seen.
Worst films. This film hasn't come out in America yet, and doesn't come out for another 2 weeks. But yeah, Ice Age 5 isn't that good of a movie. I'll leave it at that until that movie comes out in America.
I kind of knew you'd say that, even though I've seen all the movies. I knew which one would be your least favorite.
Other ones would have to be The Boss. Ride Along 2 is another one. Batman v Superman is not as far on my list because there's other ones like Bad Neighbors 2 and all that, but yeah, I would say the films I just cannot stand would have to be those first 3 that I mentioned. I just cannot. I wouldn't be able to watch those ever again. Oh, Alice Still Looking Glass. I knew I forgot another movie that I just will not be able to watch that ever again.
I'm so sorry for you. You've lost so many hours of your life to bad movies this year.
And it's only halfway through the year. I can't wait for more.
Lose more hours of your life. Woo.
Okay, well that is the end of our discussion for this week. Tune in again.
Wait. What was your best? Room, right?
Yeah, Room. Room was my best one.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Forget I interrupted. Continue.
Yeah, so yeah, tune in again 2 Saturdays from now. If we will change it, we'll let you know on the Facebook page. So if you want to like us on Facebook, just go on facebook.com, put everything film in. We're the first one that comes up. So
you did not have to waste 2 hours of your life watching a bad movie to click like on Facebook. It's just 1 second of your life.
Yeah, we'll give you reviews on the movies you should be seeing at theaters, not rubbish. We're saving reviews. We're here to save people $20. Okay, that is our mission. So yeah, so thank you for tuning in. Until next time, bye for now.
Bye for now.